Now starting up their Can Ridley fight. We're going to take damage as fast as we can to start the escape timer so we can get out of the blue and into the black. While we're here, we'd like to thank Insane Firebat for doing the restream for us today. And please make sure you give the runners a follow, StaticShock and xopa. And if you'd like to follow me as well, please do. We got the tags in the chat already, which is just awesome. Thank you. So we got dual steam blasts. Fairly similar steam RNG right now. That's right, King Salmon. We have more races, and you are just in time. 4486 for StaticShock and 43XX for xopa. So about 1 second apart. And here we go. All right, so the first thing our racers are going to do when they land on planet Zebes is they're going to head down south, downstairs, through some very long shafts and some very long hallways to seek out the morphing ball. Anybody that is familiar with Metroid games knows that when they go all the way down, they'll be heading left. Hopefully you can hear me all right. I do. I feel much better. Thank you, chat. So I feel significantly better, actually. Didn't start out the morning too well, but to be honest, I slept until 11, and looks like the extra bit of sleep I had was great. I haven't slept this long in about 5 years, maybe even more than that. I got to check how old my kids are again. So here we go. We got a nice little pit room here. A little bit of a stumble from our runners, but we're going to head down this elevator here, head left toward Morph Ball. Go ahead, you can put it on the charge really quick. And after the Morph Ball, our racers will then head right and go for their awakening missiles to wake up planet Zebes and all the craziness that infests this planet. So this should be a fairly decent matchup. PBs for both of them, their actual PBs are just separated by a little bit more than a minute and a half, roughly. And I don't have the race PBs handy, but if you want to check out the spreadsheet on the Discord, you can do that, and perhaps chat can give us a hand as well. I only have so many devices on hand. We have links. Beautiful. All right, now with the planet wide awake, we're going to make our way back up the elevator, back through the pit room, down to the climb, which is one of the most difficult early rooms in the game. You got to combat the pirates while they're blasting their French fries at you. See if the runners opt for a wall climb strategy to go up north, or if they want to go for ledge grabs. We'll take a peek. We'll find out in just a second. We've got wall jumps from Static and wall jumps from xopa, so let's see if their mastery of the wall jump, let's see who's a little bit better there. Static taking a fall, xopa really clean, and they both go right through the door at about the same time. Making our way through Parlor, known as one of the hardest easy rooms in the game. Looks like xopa was just a little bit ahead of StaticShock. And they'll both be making their way to Bomb Terizo. Everybody's maybe least favorite Terizo. A little bit less reliable in this category than the Golden Terizo, which gives our category its namesake. The runners are going to be hoping to enter in with full health, which they both do. And they're going to shoot BT with about 5 P shots first, and then break open these little fireballs that BT blows at them, and hopefully get a good missile spread, take out BT really quickly. We got a little BT classic for xopa, decent missile spread for StaticShock. Static's the first to clear Bomb Terizo out of the way, and xopa makes quick work as well. And we're going to head left to the Alcatraz escape. Hopefully it'll be nice and clean for both of our runners. Here's Static's attempt. Attempt number 1 down and attempt number 2 down. xopa, meanwhile, is already through. StaticShock make it in, 3rd time's the charm. And here we go to the Terminator room. Kill everything in sight. And remember to remind everybody that I'll be back. Wavers and gamers, have no fear. We'll get you again. Welcome to everybody in chat for this round. This was scheduled early this morning, so glad you all got alerted by Twitch that the race was happening so we can get some fans in the audience. All right, Mushroom Kingdom navigated very smoothly. Nice elevator times, just below 6 minutes and 30 seconds for both of our racers. Very, very solid elevator times. So this race is already super close. We are nearly synced as we enter into Green Brinstar, one of the hottest soundtracks of any game. Uh-oh, Static having a little bit of trouble finding these missiles. This could be a problematic here. If this frog doesn't drop, all right, woof. I thought xopa would have to go back up the elevator. First sequence of the game, first sequence break of the game. Here we go. Pretty easy for both of our racers. We're going to have our early supers. Having some issues with xopa's stream on my computer here, so bear with me here while we watch this. Meanwhile, StaticShock nails the golden mock ball. Going to head down to the charge beam area. And I have a network error on my screen, so hopefully that'll get resolved fairly quickly. Just kind of the world of the internet right now. We have to deal with technical issues. We got the ones in the chat already. Dude, Professor School, thank you. You fixed the problem. GG. xopa is completely skipping charge beam. I didn't happen to see if StaticShock did as well. So looking from the missile count, definitely skip the missiles. And what we're going to be looking at right now is how kind will Red Tower be today? Will the Rippers be vicious? Will our racers escape unscathed on their way to Hellway? We'll see. Static already having some wall jump issues. Hopefully that won't affect his climb up the Red Tower. Nice hero shot. Beautiful Red Tower by Static. xopa having a little bit of trouble there. He's going to have to get up and hopefully a second go. Meanwhile, Static is farming in Hellway. Oh no. Blocked by the reappearing block. Blocked by the reappearing block. Pardon me as I stutter my words. Nice D-boost off the Boyons there. Is it Boyons? Somebody tell me again. I looked it up beforehand, and I knew what they were called, and now I'm second-guessing myself. So with that, Static takes a little bit of a lead, about a room and a half. Nice. I did do a little bit of research before the match to remember some of my enemy names, so that I would do a little bit better job there. Static, a nice descending Red Tower. Opts to not do a down back there, but gonna head right toward the Spazer room on the way to Kraid. We'll have to take a look and see if Static remembers to break the tube to make it a little quicker entrance into Meridia a little bit later on. Little bunny hops in Hellway by xopa, trying to make a clean exit. Comes out with an extravagant amount of health, so it's going to be absolutely no problems there. Definitely be to the advantage of both of our runners to enter Kraid with a decent amount of health, because you never know how Kraid is going to act. Meanwhile, folks, if you would like to take some bets if we're going to get any prom dates today, please feel free. I always like it when chat is interactive. Key Hunter's being a little bit pesky there in the party zone for StaticShock. All right, and here we go, our first shot at Kraid. So what we're looking to see is, we'll see what kind of strategy that StaticShock is going to use. I do not see missiles selected, so we might get a P shot to the face. Oh, here we go, missiles selected. So I think it's going to be the 2 missile, 3 super kill. Oh, bad menuing. This is really going to hurt Static's day. First, we start off with technical difficulties, and now we have a stand-up Kraid. Can he take care of this? I got to tell you, I'd go get that missile quick because you don't get reliable drops from these fingernails. And just like that, the missile is gone, and this is going to be a very difficult fight. I think that, yeah, uh-oh. All right, so when you're this low on health, this is going to be a very long fight. If xopa can take out Kraid really quickly right here, that'll give him another stand-up. So, as much as I feel bad about that, kind of puts both of our racers on a level playing field, and this could be a very, very exciting show. I'm not sure if Static knows that only one of those claws is going to give drops, so I would probably try to take out. Oh, nice takeout with Kraid right there. And yeah, health bomb is not likely. They're both out of health bomb range, so they should come out of here with a good amount of ammo. And just like that, we have a near sync at Varia suit. So that is just completely unexpected. I got extra nervous when Static stood up Kraid at the first time there, but you know, GT Classic, y'all. GT Classic. The races recently have really liked syncing up runners at unexpected times. So very, very nice to see. I hope we can keep this level of sync throughout the entire race. Mini Kraid and the pirates in the hallway causing no problems for either of our racers. Let's see if the key hunters in the party zone have to say anything about it. Clean party zone for both of our runners. Gonna skip the Kraid E-Tank would be my best guess. So see you later, Frog Pocket. We're heading down to the can room to get us an E-Tank down there and pick up some high jump boots. Yeah, I'm going to say those stand-up Kraids turned out to be about best-case scenario for both of our runners. They walked out of there with really good ammo. Neither of them got health bombed. It was not a complete disaster. So, GG, gentlemen. And here we are in the can room. Everybody get out your dancing shoes. We're going to pick up some high jump boots. Deciding to farm the gamer there. On the way down to boots. Yeah, Cabby. You can call it the stiletto room. Looks a little bit like a stiletto. I was watching a race the other day and I heard Cross Product refer to this as the can room, so I'm taking that. Can't really call it the high jump boot room because the high jump boot room is next to it. The room shape, exactly. That's where the can room comes from. All right, everybody, here we go. We get into the heated rooms in Upper Norfair. Take your bets. Are we going to see a save? I'm kind of hoping both runners save here. You know, this is definitely not this is not going to be a match that's going to put anybody further through a bracket or anything like that. So there's no reason to take any unnecessary risks here. So I'd like to see both of our runners save and ensure that we have a match that's going to continue if there's a disaster at Lava Dive. And xopa heading right up for the saved room. GG, thank you very much. And it would appear that Static is going to do the same. So, all right, so this race is absolutely going to continue past Lava Dive, ladies and gentlemen. So strap in. Get your seatbelts on and get ready for what is hoping to be an exciting race. All right, here. So xopa taking some damage. Definitely looking to make the lava dive is going to be a little bit more difficult for xopa here with just 2 tanks and 37 health. You know, very it's going to be very tight. There's going to be two Yeah, Xopa remembered to get that power bomb, so I'm very happy about that. I can't remember if it was Static or Xopa that went to Lower Norfair without a power bomb in one of their last races. But so far, oh no, and that's going to be a lava death for Xopa. So the save was definitely wise. Static with a really nice quick entry into the lava dive room. So Xopa giving Static a chance to catch up and take the lead right now. And a really clean lava dive with just a jump off the Namahe's face right there to say, eat my shorts. Uh-oh. We have no save at the green gate. I mean, at the upper Norfair or the lower Norfair elevator. So here's the thing. If, Static second guessing, saying, you know what, if I miss this, I don't want to go all the way back to lava dive. I don't know if they're watching Xopa's stream right now, but that could have influenced their decision to get back up there and take that save. So, or it could be muscle memory for sure. I think that's the first one we've had in the tournament go back up the elevator. Xopa looked like they're going for the quick entry. Nope, just going to do a little roll in. Again, the health is pretty low, so Xopa has probably one shot at this lava dive here. And come on, bless lava dive. Looks good. And we're out. Here we go, everybody. So that elevator right there, we'll have to take a look and see. Well, you know, Xopa's decided not to take that save either. And you know what? Being behind, not a bad call. I mean, really just has to do the lava dive again if this is a failed green gate glitch. You know, I did see Xopa practicing the green gate glitch a little bit earlier. Maybe they're feeling really consistent about it right now. So this could be very interesting, everybody. This could be a very exciting race. And we have StaticShock through and reset from Xopa. So that's going to be a significant amount of backtracking there because I believe we did not have a save. So we're going all the way back to Bubble Mountain, and we're going to have to repeat the lava dive. Meanwhile, StaticShock remembering to not Kevnastics the GT code, and GG there, and we're off. Xopa probably going to have to farm again. And opting against it. We're going to go, we're just going to go hard. Meanwhile, StaticShock through the GT fight, no problem. Going to make their way through the rest of Lower Norfair, head down to Ridley for a really, hopefully quick Ridley fight. I wouldn't be surprised if Xopa decides to take this save this time. You know, it depends on how much of the run they're looking to finish. I mean, it is likely that they could get the green gate glitch right away. Lava dive looks good, and we're through. We are not saving again. Worst room in the game, generally just another room in the game, but StaticShock having a little bit of trouble with that wonky space jump. Everybody knows that outside of water physics, the space jump can be kind of a fickle instrument. Everybody bless this gate so we can help Xopa get through. Just like that, no problem. Now it would take some significant hiccups on StaticShock's end to allow Xopa to catch up. But at least he's through the gate and has a chance to get through GT. Hopefully we'll have code inputted correctly. And just like that, we are through. That was an interesting decision to lay the power bomb back so far, but fortunately we already have the GT code done. We don't need to worry so much about our power bomb management right now. Just caused a little bit of a lag. I mean, it'd be perfectly, oh no, that that could have been really bad. That could have been really bad. I mean, that would have been about all xopa would have needed to catch up right there. All right, so we have StaticShock bring in some charged plasma to a karate fight. I think the Pirates are going to be regretting that. They should have brought their own plasma beam. We have a Ridley fight in action. So Ridley's going to take 20 shots from our charged wave ice plasma beam. We'll see if Static decides to pepper in any supers just for good balance. Finish off Ridley a little bit quicker. Me personally, I'm not always all about that, you know. I like to keep math out of my gaming. Although it would probably give me an advantage if I could count properly. Meanwhile, xopa making a little bit of ground, getting bullied a little bit by those key hunters. Gonna lay a power bomb, get rid of some of these blocks, head down to the wasteland. Health is not usually of concern in this category once you get past the GT code. So even though we see StaticShock has 3 E-tanks and 32 energy left, I don't think it's going to be problematic. There's a couple shine sparks that could reduce a little bit of the health that Static has, but we also know that Static has 3 E-tanks. Muskega deciding to get nasty there with Static. Really nice wasteland speedball. So right now, I would say xopa is probably about 2 minutes behind. At least 2 minutes behind Static. So again, it would take a pretty big disaster for Static to not walk away with this, but we have seen several pretty big disasters in some of our early GT Classic matches from this tournament. Good job there, Static, remembering he has spring ball. Making quick work of the 3 Musketeers. Just a couple more rooms to go, and we're fully in Upper Norfair on the way to Meridia. Which I know we have some Meridia fans in the chat, for sure. Professor School dropping some knowledge in chat for everybody with the correct ratio of ammo as far as how to dispose of Ridley quicker and what it will do. Anybody that's kind of interested in any of these statistics, you can go to wiki.supermetroid.run and you can check out all different categories, all different statistics, learn a little bit more about the game, or just improve your overall knowledge. The wealth of information in that wiki site. A little bit of trouble on the Meridia entrance from Static, but Static has such a comfortable lead right now that all they need to do is, just kind of execute the best they can, and shouldn't be difficult to keep this lead. Spring ball being a bit trolly there. We'll have our first microwave of the day. So Static is going to be very careful to make sure that they don't select grapple, make sure that they select X-ray. And really quick, smooth work of Batoon. Goodbye Water Snake, and no zombie Batoon, so that's really good. So we're going to speed through this hallway and see if Static decides to go for the full halfie or everybody's least favorite quarter halfie. Oh boy, so we do have a halfie. Now, the halfie in a lot of categories would save some time, but here having space jump is really unnecessary, and you see why, because this is going to cause Static a little bit of trouble here in Coliseum. But again, nice sizable lead. I don't think Static would be too worried about it, especially if he's watching the restream right now. Metroid Gameplays with a raid. Thank you very much. I hope you're ready for some GT Classic action. We had an unfortunate scenario where xopa, our racer on the right, had failed a lava dive and then went down to Lower Norfair without a save and ran out of super missiles on the green gate and had to reset and do the lava dive all over again. So I believe our runners now are separated by at least 2 minutes of action, maybe even more. Static going for Spike Suit. Possibly got it. I'm not sure. Somebody in chat can confirm whether or not they got the bad frame or not. And Static having trouble in the Coliseum on the way back also. So it makes me wonder if they are watching the restream or not. Because I got to tell you, if I was playing like Static right now and I was not watching the restream, I would feel significantly behind at this point. And xopa's playing fairly good, even with all the issues they had earlier. So kind of unfortunate that they ran out of supers at that green gate, but that's the risk you take when you play this category, and everybody that plays it knows. Having a little bit of trouble with Batoon with the microwave, deciding to just finish him off with super missiles and charge shot. So the only thing that could really help xopa catch up right now is if Static decides to take a visit down to G3, which we've only seen once in the race, in the tournament so far. I definitely don't wish that on Static, but it would certainly make it a more exciting race for the rest of us. Missed foosball attempt. And what looks like a quarter halfie from xopa on the bottom. Both runners having tons of issues in the Coliseum and just with execution in general. So I wonder if that might have anything to do with the late start of the race or just plain old race nerves. But I know from watching these racers, I know that they're generally much more capable runners than what we're seeing today. So Static is heading to Fantoon. xopa is getting ready for his dragon fight. We're going to do an over-the-head Ruya style finish on Dragon, it looks like. I've considered switching to this method myself. Uh-oh, and we got a double round Dragon fight. Oh no, and a grab. Oh geez, this makes you want to pull your hair out at this point. I've had tons of runs that have gone this poorly, so I know exactly how xopa's feeling right now. But Dragon is down. We make our way to Fantoon. I missed the pattern. Chat, what was that pattern there? Looks like we got a mid on the reappear. A fast and then a fast and then invisible and then a mid reappear. Okay, thank you, Professor School. And just like that, Static has all the major bosses down. All that's left is to head to G4 and hopefully a smooth Turian. The only chance that xopa has right now to catch up is if there are significant problems with Mother Brain and Turian. The chances of dying in any of the Metroid rooms is very slim. However, there is the soft lock possibility at Mother Brain. So if I was watching the restream right now and I knew that I had this much of a healthy lead over my opponent, I would absolutely take a save at Mother Brain, because even the most experienced runner can soft lock at Mother Brain while doing stand-up. All the stand-up I do, you would have thought I would have gotten Mother Brain to laugh at least once. But alas, it's never happened. Admirable foosball attempt by xopa. And we have a confirmed G4. So now all Static has to do to run away with this race is just take a little bit of a breather, crack some knuckles, get ready to take out some Metroids, get ready to take out a bad brain, get back on the ship, and fly home. So remind everybody, make sure you follow StaticShock, make sure you follow xopa, follow Insane Firebat. We're doing a great job on the restream here. Feel free to follow me as well as you'd like. So I too play a lot of GT Classic, and you'll get to see me race. I'll be racing Iron Rusty at 3 p.m. tomorrow. And I do believe we also have Iron Rusty racing MM2 tomorrow, MM2 NES cartridge. They'll be racing at 8 p.m. tomorrow. And if I got that incorrect, well, we have the brackets there, right there. We have links in the chat. I'm not entirely sure which country the runners are from. I believe they both speak Portuguese, but I'm not entirely sure. I could be incorrect. Certainly don't want to speak for them, unless I knew 100% for sure. So this is actually not indicative of how well both of these runners play. You can see, well, I can see if you go to their personal streams that xopa has a 40.05 GT Classic PB, and StaticShock has a, I believe, a 38 or a high 37 PB. So it looks like it's just one of those rough runs that you get sometimes when you do GT Classic. It's one of the more volatile of the Super Metroid categories. Depends on a lot of things going right. You have to have Red Tower going right. You have to have the Lava Dive go right. You have to have the Green Gate glitch go right. And there we go. We have a baby skip. Fortunately, the Metroid decides that I recognize this person. I don't want to kill her. I'll let you live. Yeah, exactly. Static did forget to face right, so losing more frames. We will, however, have both racers and Turian at the same time. So I would expect with this gap, we'll probably see Static finishing off Mother Brain shortly before xopa enters Mother Brain. Static giving an attempt at pauseless. Spring Ball skip went very well and decides to dip Samus in the acid. So unfortunately, there goes the pauseless attempt, but it was an admirable effort. Mother Brain 1 is down. So at this point, if I'm not watching the stream, I would be starting to look and see if anybody's putting a dot done in the chat yet. "20 charged plasma wave shots are all it takes to take out Mother Brain 2. And then what we're like to see is that Static will pause, refill their health to full from the reserve tank, and likely take off the Varia suit. Dodging a little bit of catch up there. And down goes Mother Brain 2. All right, so we're at full health in the Varia. With the Varia suit off, the Rainbow Beam is going to take exactly 6 E-tanks of energy away. Leaving Samus with 100 health even. That's enough to stand up. So it looks like Static decides to damage down one hit on Mother Brain in order to give the baby just a little bit more time to fill up her energy so that she can potentially get another shot in at Mother Brain during stand-up. Meanwhile, xopa at the bottom getting ready for their baby scan. And we're one jump away from basically what is going to be a GG for StaticShock. The only hurdle that StaticShock has left right now, the only real hurdle for an experienced runner like him, is to make sure that he moves far enough right in time so that the baby doesn't detach in a soft lock zone. And there you have it, everybody. At this point, this lead has been extremely insurmountable. And xopa forgetting as well to face right, losing those frames. And there you have it, folks, the saddest moment in video gaming history. Down goes the baby. Followed by one of the more happy moments in Super Metroid history, down goes the brain. And very, very outstanding stand-up by StaticShock. Well done. Looks like we're going to have a Crystal Flash attempt from xopa at the bottom. Anybody that's unfamiliar with the Crystal Flash technique, what you're going to see is that after Mother Brain 1 is taken out... Wait a minute. Oh, yeah, we have plenty of ammo. After Mother Brain 1 is taken out, what xopa is going to do is going to crouch down, get into a morph ball, drop a power bomb, hold both shoulder buttons, hold down, and fire at the same time, and will Crystal Flash and completely fill up all the reserves, but has to make sure they damage down to just enough. Okay, damage down, execute the Crystal Flash. All the health in reserves will be replenished at the cost of 10 power bombs, 10 super missiles, and 10 regular missiles. Very well executed. And this amount of health gives xopa a chance at costless. Meanwhile, StaticShock making very, very quick work of the escape. Making his way up through Parlor. Well done. Just about 10 seconds away from the match. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. GG StaticShock. StaticShock is our winner. With a time of 41:20 on their screen. I'm not sure what the official SRL time is. But StaticShock is the winner of our very first grudge match bracket. Official SRL time of 41 minutes and 21 seconds. GG StaticShock. Meanwhile, xopa getting ready for their stand-up. We get either of our racers would like to come in for an interview. They're certainly welcome to. We had a lot of great moments early on in the race. It was looking like all the way up until Green Gate Glitch, it was going to be anybody's race. We had 2 stand-up crades. But a lot of good sync in the early game. Fortunately, xopa grabs that man before it gets stuck in the air there. That's I got a little bit worried there for a second. So if you fire right at the time when your plasma beam switches over to hyper beam, it can cause a significant amount of lag, which can either go right away or could just kind of, as I think I saw Zenny do that one time getting ready for the Hundo tournament. It was like 8 minutes. Caused quite an extreme amount of lag. But fortunately, it's no problem. All xopa has left is the escape. So Firebat says, hold item cancel to fix it. I'm going to have to remember that in case that ever happens to me, because I am getting a little bit riskier. Cancel that charge for you. Thank you for that. It's one of my favorite parts about doing commentary is learning all these little tidbits from either what I get wrong or just the interaction from what I say and somebody else coming up with the answer. I appreciate it. And a straight up spark. The final room in the game, unless xopa decides to save the animals. We did see an animal save in our last race. We'll see if we get one this time. A little bit of meme in there. Made the correct decision. GG xopa. So we have a 44:54 time on xopa's timer. GG. Thank you for finishing the run. And thank you to everybody for coming out for this quickly scheduled race that we had today. Please make sure you join us tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll have myself, Kevnastics. I will be racing Iron Rusty in one of these grudge match brackets, and also Iron Rusty will be racing MM2 Nest Cartridge at 8 p.m. So thank you all for listening. I'm not sure if any of our racers are going to jump in for an interview. They're certainly welcome. Oh my goodness, we have Mr. Guy Average and Ruya at noon. Yeah, yell at me for that. We don't want to miss that one. Holy cow. That's probably going to be our premier race for tomorrow. And I know that we have Sforzando and Professor School on commentary for that. You definitely don't want to miss that race. All right, so tomorrow at noon, Ruya versus Mr. Guy Average, Sforzando and Professor School on commentary. And then we have myself and Iron Rusty at 3 p.m. And at 8 p.m., we have MM2 Nest Cartridge versus Iron Rusty. I'm not sure who's going to be doing the restream or the commentary for the 2 Iron Rusty matches, but, feel free to check out the Discord, and you can even just stay tuned in Twitch and see what channel everything is on tomorrow, because you will normally get notified when we go live. Sounds good. Firebat will be covering any matches that don't get a volunteer restream. And most of our matches can be found right here in the GT Classic Tournament channel. Make sure you get your Deer Forces ready in the chat. So, and by the way, we will have a lot more of these grudge match brackets scheduled, and we do have quite a bit of tourney left. By the way, Professor School, we need to get a Free the Decora RTA mat race set up pretty soon. So, although some of y'all are probably, I'm certain I'm going to lose it, but we might as well pimp that while we're here. Anybody that wants to check out a really challenging, really interesting category that some of us have been dabbling in throughout the course of this tournament, there's a Free the Decora RTA. When basically your job is to get as few items as possible to make your way back up to the Decora room, and then boom, free that Decora. So interviews have been declined, and that's fine. So Deer Force, everybody, I want to thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you to StaticShock and xopa for giving us great entertainment today. I really appreciate it. And take care, everybody. See you next mission.